that is all that's left of that log that I milled. There it is, stacked up. But I have about 7 other boards that I use for fencing. Just gonna go over some random updates from projects. Just wanted to show how much sawdust there is. So here is all the sawdust, all that right there. What you're seeing right there was a full wheelbarrow full. I milled about 7 boards yesterday, and that's how much sawdust we got out of it. So that plus this. There's a little bit over there that I didn't get up. I'm going to be milling a few more boards today though, so I'll get it all cleaned up once I'm done. Okay, we're going to throw in some footage here when I'm cutting the boards that I had milled off down to dimensional lumber. So I'm cutting it into 6-inch fence boards. I was able to get 2 of them from each milled board, or not each one, but some of them. Some of them were, rotted, not quite strong enough to make a full second one, so I had to kind of cut out from the metal. Let that tree sit a little bit too long. But you can see I'm just using a Craftsman skill saw, one that I had picked up years and years ago. It still does the trick. And what I'll do is I will run a chalk line, kind of measure out on both ends. I'll see whether or not I can get 2 boards cut, and then I'll do a chalk line down the board. And that string also lets me see how close to the edge I can get, or to a if the edge is kind of soft, I can adjust the string and kind of accordingly, and ensure that I'm not having a big dip in the middle or something. Then I snap it, and then I use the skill saw to make the cut. I'm just using the Pallet Forks. I've got some boards underneath and my blade set so that it won't go all the way through. But it is a little bit more labor intensive compared to just running to the store to get fence boards. But you know what? I was able to reuse the tree that I had cut down and then milled up, and now I'm making some boards. So these boards are going to be going in the front yard. Alright, so we've hung up some of the boards. It'll fill in that fence line. My wife likes that middle board down the middle there, so I will be adding that at a later date. But otherwise, I'm feeling accomplished. Was able to reuse that tree and repair my fence. Okay, here, a while back I had a random video where I was using a drawn knife and taking the bark off of some tree trunks that I had cut up. Had plans of using them for a goat pen. Some of the trees that I had cut down, I had to limb them up, and so this is kind of showing that using the grapple. Definitely the grapple is a little bit nicer to use than the Pallet Forks. You can lift the trees with the Pallet Forks, especially this size. and limb them up. But as you start to cut them, you know, they can become unbalanced and, you know, seesaw up off the pallet forks. Whereas the grapple's going to hold them in a little bit better. But basically just kind of went through, had the grapple on, was able to lift the trees that I fell and get it all cleaned up. I put a real big pile, had a big pile of branches. In fact, I already put that video, published that video with the chipper where I was chipping up that pile. So that big pile from that last chipper video is because of these branches right here, basically, the trees that I cut down. I'm gonna let some music play, so enjoy, and I'll give a little bit of more narration at the end here, but you know, go ahead and take a minute to hit the thumbs up button, please, and comment below. It helps get the video suggested to other people. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and check out the description for some other videos that you might be interested in, as well as links to the O&D Life Facebook page and Amazon store. Thanks a lot. Alright, so I've got two of these poles, logs, I don't know what you'd call them. Got them debarked. That is some hard work, I tell you what. Took me about 20 minutes to do that video that you saw, that one. So, I've got a whole bunch more. I don't even want to think about it. But, it's going to be a little family project. We'll see. We'll see if we get sidetracked. Pretty notorious about doing that.